narrow worldview. Like, to them, like IGN giving like the PC version of Prey specifically a bad review is like an attack on their credibility as like the hardcorest of gaming. PC gaming is dead. Dead.
Think to yourself for a minute, we're in the year 2017, a year where people still believe that PCs have to be upgraded every year, that you can't game with a controller on the PC, that it's overpriced and too expensive. And now we're coming full circle all the way back to this outdated argument. PC gaming is dead. Or, as the common peasant would say, dead. Now, I know a lot of you out there that have ticklish dicks are probably thinking to yourselves, well, Fritanga, not everyone knows. Not every single gamer out there keeps track of what's happening with every single platform. And that is true. But how anyone can sit there and say PC gaming is dead when quite literally one of the largest multiplayer games of the year released on the PC? When worldwide tournaments are held for League of Legends, when upgraded consoles are created to combat the success of the PC, how can you sit there and think to yourself for a single second that the platform is anywhere near dead?
This is something that like a lot of people are in denial about. People have been in denial about this for years, I would say, but
nope. In fact, there are far more people out there that are in denial about how much more popular PC gaming is these days. And I'm looking at one of them.
PC gaming is very much on the decline.
On the decline? That could mean anything. Are hardware sales for PC gaming on the decline? Well, no, they've actually been going up. Is the player base for Steam or Origin or Battle.net going down? No, it's actually going up. Are home desktops on the decline? Yes, but statistically, there's nothing to show that PC gaming overall is on the decline.
Like companies like Valve, who used to exclusively develop like interesting, unique titles for PC for like working, educated adults, they've basically stopped existing.
Look, let's be frank. I don't think you're exactly in any position to be talking about educated working adults. But either way, if the crux of your argument is that PC gaming is on the decline because we haven't seen enough of Valve, then you're an idiot. It's as if you believe that Valve is the only publisher or developer for the PC platform. And Valve hasn't gone anywhere. I'll be honest, they're a lazy team. Sitting on top of the money they continuously make from Dota or Counter-Strike has kept their pockets full without having to put any effort into anything. In comparison to the numerous developers on the PC that put effort into putting out content, I have absolutely no idea why we continue to hold Valve in such high regard these days. Now, if this would have been a Valve is lazy rant video, I would have been on board with you. But instead, you decided to pull out your retard hat and randomly dug inside of it to pull out the stupidest argument you could find.
Pretty much everyone releases games on consoles now too, like PS3, PS4, and Xbox One. They aren't real consoles. I mean, good consoles, I know, but they do release on consoles. And
well, I mean, each and every generation's consoles get more functionality, so you'd be hard-pressed to say they're not improving.
I know people are like trying to say like consoles are becoming more and more like PCs, but they're still very much consoles and a lot more accessible than like owning a gaming PC, you know?
But not even a second ago you said that they weren't good. It is absolutely true that consoles are becoming more and more like PCs. As I said, as each generation passes by, consoles gain more functionality. This of course comes at the price of accessibility or ease of use. You notice it when it comes time to install your games. You notice it when you have to connect to online and pay for subscription fees. You notice it when you have to download updates. And a huge part of that reason could be perhaps that consumers genuinely appreciate the versatility of a PC, and Sony and Microsoft see this. So they think to themselves, gee, we should give consoles more functions. It's almost as if consoles slowly becoming PCs hints at the fact of how popular the platform is.
Like you can buy a console, expect like all the games for it to like run really well.
No. Be realistic. People know what they're paying for. They know they're paying for an inferior experience. They're paying knowing that they're not going to get the best performance. 25 to 30 FPS is not very well. 900p is not exactly a great resolution, especially when it's stretched out across a 1080p TV. They are choosing to settle.
And you don't have to worry about like technical things. They're just so much more accessible, and that's their appeal and why they're not going anywhere.
Now, I would argue that perhaps that was their appeal 10 to 15 years ago, but times have changed. PC gaming has evolved. With things like free online, multiple input options, the large modding community, access to the largest gaming library, multiple marketplaces to purchase your games, it's not hard to see why people have been migrating to the PC platform. Accessibility, ease of use, it's not good enough to be a selling point these days. Why do you think when Microsoft or Sony run their ads, they don't promote ease of use or accessibility as their selling point? Why do you think instead what you see are trailers for their upcoming exclusive games?
People aren't just gonna like stop buying consoles because you can get the same result on PC. It's just not gonna happen.
And yet the numbers continue to climb. But as long as exclusives stick around, so will consoles. The amount of effort put into your argument shows in the amount of effort you put into your editing. It's practically non-existent.
But it's like, it's interesting to see just how like devoted PC gamers are to like PC gaming exclusively. They refuse to like touch any sort of like console gaming.
And is that a problem for you? Console gamers not wanting to play on the PC, or PC gamers not wanting to play on the consoles, is perfectly fine. Is there such a thing as devoted fanboys? Well, obviously. But the majority of players that show no interest in playing on different platforms is for the most part a result of preference. Of course, not all of the situations are the same. PC gamers like me won't lay a finger on a console because I will not support the business model. I do not support the idea of these companies charging people to play online. I do not support the idea of exclusives, and I don't support the idea of charging people a fairly large initial price for such lackluster performance.
Thing, and it's like it leads to like really weird situations, like the whole Stardew Valley thing. When that came out, PC gamers like were like acting as if like a game like this had never existed before. They had never seen something like this. It was like something completely new and unique to them, and it was like the greatest thing ever.
Now think to yourself for a minute and take it easy. You're gonna have to dust off those brain cells, but has it ever occurred to you that maybe you can't blame them for thinking that when the AAA industry has been so shit? Rehashing genres, cutting out chunks of games and reselling it as DLC, putting heart and soul into the money before the game, and then along comes something like Stardew Valley, something that resembles passion and love, good quality design, fun mechanics, hours worth of content, at an incredibly generous price. The praise comes from the fact that it was overall a great game. I mean, why do you think it was released on all other platforms afterwards?
It was a Harvest Moon ripoff. Harvest Moon has been a franchise that's been around for like 20 years, and like there are a lot of entries that are a lot better than Stardew Valley. I can tell you that. Like even like Harvest 64, like the second game in the series, is like better.
Well, as of now, Stardew Valley scores higher than Harvest Moon 64, but to say the game is a complete Harvest Moon ripoff is disingenuous. The amount of depth in Stardew Valley far exceeds the Harvest Moon series, but how you should really be viewing this is that Stardew Valley is inspired by Harvest Moon, and the creator decided that he wanted to take that same concept to the next level. This was a love letter, a passion project. It's exactly why it succeeded. It doesn't matter if Harvest Moon did it first. And how you got us from PC gaming is dead to this is mind-boggling. The popularity of that game and the praise it received contradicts your statement that PC gaming is even dead.
I need to play the first. I need to like think about whether that is better than like Stardew Valley or not, but
well, you just need to think in general.
It just goes to show you just how like
Boy, put down your fucking phone. Look at the camera. Stop wasting our time. Spit it out. Have some composure. Have a script. Stop stuttering. I mean, for fuck's sake. JTech TV puts more effort into his videos.
it just goes to show you just how like narrow-minded these people are. They refuse to look at anything outside of their very narrow worldview.
A worldview? I mean, do you honestly believe people's enjoyment of Stardew Valley and high regard of it is narrow-minded? People not wanting to touch a console is narrow-minded, even if there's a good amount of thought put behind it?
Like, to them, like, IGN giving like the PC version of Prey specifically a bad review is like an attack on their credibility as like the hardcorest of gamers, you know?
IGN. Credibility. Get the fuck out of here. Do you believe PC gamers are the only group of gamers that get mad at IGN? Console gamers lashing out at IGN has never happened? You're also being quite disingenuous about the lashing out of a low review score for Prey. For you see, it was not just PC gamers, but also console gamers who were angry at IGN for overall giving Prey a low review score because of a bug that corrupted a save file. Rather than review the game on a different build or a different platform, IGN instead chose to give the game a 4 out of 10 due to specific issues they came across on their version of the game. It put into question their credibility, which again, I'm not even sure they had any to begin with. What are you staring at? Are you on the lookout for the retard police?
It's like, if the game really doesn't run well, like, let them give it a low score, you know? Like, I wouldn't be mad.
I'm not going to explain again why people were mad about that review score, but even then, what does this have to do with PC gaming being dead?
I think they did give lower scores to, like, Batman Arkham City on Wii U and Assassin's Creed 4 and that kind of thing. It's because those games did noticeably run worse, and they kind of deserved it, I guess. None of them were unplayable, unlike Prey, apparently, but it was like a well-deserved score, and like nobody like came out and like shit on them for it.
I am beginning to grow impatient, but I am trusting, based on how so well you've been able to compose yourself, that there's going to be some payoff to all of these topic switches. They're all going to lead up to something, right?
Apparently, but it was like a well-deserved score, and nobody like came out and like shit on it. And much like Cyberpunk games because those games were not available on Wii U. They were just not good. It's really sad, though. It's like a serious long, the Prey game, but I'm sorry, it really doesn't make sense. That's releasing really shitty. These games, like, catching more stuff, and it's just like after hours.
415 videos and only 118 subscribers. But I couldn't imagine why.
I'm leaning on. I'm supporting IGN here. I'm supporting IGN here.
You need to get back on topic.
It really does seem like there's something seriously wrong there. Like, Bethesda has a history of like releasing these really shitty games, and then like these unfinished games, and then like patching more stuff in them, like finishing them like after they're out, and it's just, that is unacceptable. You can't like...
Jesus fucking Christ! What does any of this have to do with PC gaming being dead, or PC gamers in general?
Justify it the way like the vast majority of the gaming media has been doing.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut your living cunt hole up. Stop drizzling semen. Shut up. Just be quiet for a minute. Please, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Cállate. Baboso. Mendigo. Cierra tu boca. Ya cállate.
I love seeing how the game fucks me over. I love how this like... Shit.
Now even you are realizing you forgot what your original topic was.
I've seen like So we can for example, I see them like making stuff like other people, I see them like clicking as much as that's holding on to like I can't do that. I something need to like biggest game website I believe on IGN news. It's like what's it but yeah, they suck, but there's much worse out there, and I'm glad to see them like come out and like talk down about a big release this way and like.
You're glad they unfairly talked down a game because their specific version had problems? Look, Buddy Holly, I don't even think you realize what you're saying. And there's been a clear indication of that by how many blank stares you had throughout this video.
Show people that there are issues with like these big high profile games that other people aren't willing to like come out and like criticize, you know, because like they're scared like the publisher is gonna like come down on them hard.
Yeah, that's right. You better end the video, bitch. It's a sad day. Truly a sad day when you're able to find someone who can't stay on topic more than JTech TV. Hell, it's hard to find someone who can't even put as much effort into their videos as JTech TV. But I guess that's what happens when you find yourself in my line of content creation. Your expectations are constantly blown away. But guess what will blow your personal expectations away? The level of cancer that is known as my Discord. And I urge you to join it today. It's the best way to get in contact with me. You're always guaranteed at least one reply from this sexy popsicle stick man. And while you're at it, why not follow me on Twitter, known as the place where I like to dump my shit. And I fucking love it. It's great. I get blocks left and right, and chances are you'll be blocked by someone if you specifically follow me. Have a good laugh. Also, consider donating to my Patreon if you haven't done so. You won't receive nudes, but you will receive my utmost love and care. It's useless, I know, but whatever. And with that being said, as always, it was great seeing all of you and your gorgeous, sexy faces, and I'm going to see you again very soon with something else.
Fritanga sucks ass.